Welcome in everyone who's watching from Twitch or YouTube. I want to welcome everyone in, literally, for this grand final between PMS and 224. Starting in with the Huntress set on Azeroth's resting place. Dan and Anna on the Chase Survivor and the Tank Survivor, and Goodkhan on the Huntress, running Brutal and Bamboozle. And the killer is good to go, already positioning himself on one of the sides of the door frame. And it looks like Dan is positioning himself as well to initiate the chase, which is going to be 3 teabags. And we see the first and the third, and we are starting. Breaking the Shack Pile right away. No slow vault from the tank. And Dan goes for a really classic approach, which is just, trying to like hold W as much as possible towards the other side of the map, using that distance you got from the Shack Pile for free by just, playing the middle of the map, trying to like buy as much time as possible. Ooh, and kind of, the killer got a little bit confused there because of the scratch marks, but I wouldn't personally count this as like purposely making scratch marks to confuse the killer. And then holding W here is the right play because he has a tank up his sleeve, and that's the tank downed, and then now has to make something work. This is gonna be the first life, I think, if we ever see a second life in this chase. First minute through, and there has no injury been happening. We've seen in every single Hunter set the first hit coming in like the first 40 seconds, but Dan is putting up a great show here, playing absolutely great. But first, really insane hatchet from Goodkhan, and another down on Anna. If they want to make like a really good time happening, they have to start setting up another head on like a tile that is pretty safe. We can see that Anna is not inflicted with knockout, so she's up in like 23 seconds, but I'm not sure if this is gonna do like or mean anything, because Huntress is really strong on chases, especially on these tiles. She can be really good. Ooh, playing it really patient here. And that's down! 1 minute and 46 seconds. Starting off with a great start from Team PMS, but also a relatively good performance from Team 224. Yeah, this is looking pretty even. I'll see you guys in round number 2, where we are switching sides. I'll see you guys there. All right, tuning in to round number 2 of this exciting grand final. The win count for Team PMS is 1 minute and 46. We see Dan spawning on the top side of the map, running all the way to the shack, and that looked a little bit like looking around, but it's okay. It's kind of a weird rule anyway, but let's see how this goes. I'm quite curious to see how they're going to approach the start, because they don't have the Shack Pal in a good way. So this is gonna be quite interesting. I wouldn't be surprised to see Goodkhan starting from the Shack Pal, pre-dropping it, and see Xeezy slotting over it to make sure Goodkhan gets somewhere to the middle of the map. Then again, maybe in this case it'd be just better to play the Shack, and Goodkhan taking his time to check the RNG, but should be starting soon, otherwise they're gonna be on a penalty. And it looks like we are good to go. So we pause here, and we're starting. Let's go. With the first hit tank, giving Goodkhan enough distance to make it to the middle of the map. Interesting approach from them, seriously. Making it so that Goodkhan has to play a tile right away, being very open to, it's very close for him to get hit really early on. Oh, and this is the first hit already. And nice blocking there from Xeezy, honestly. Good slow vault. Good vault, I mean. And that's life out of the way. And now Dan has to hit the shot. And he doesn't hit it! Okay, 149. And this is 150-50 that we have to see if Dan wins it or not. And it looks like Dan wins it. Yes. That is 56 seconds. And that goes to show how short a chase against Hunters can be. That was just 57 seconds. 56. And we're moving on to set number 2. Which is going to be Blight on Suffocation Pit. I'll see you guys there. Okay, as mentioned before from the other set, and we are now loading in to set number 2, round number 1, PMS on the survivors, 224 on the killer, then making his way to the shack, and he is looking around too much as... Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Yeah, just DM them real quick. Just want to make it fair for everyone. Alright. It looks like Dan is ready to go. Goodkan and Xeezy are still trying to cook on the rules. And it looks like Goodkan is deciding to start on the shack pallet side. And Xeezy, they're probably gonna go for the strat that guarantees main building. And we're starting plus 1 second. And nice, that is a good strat to make a lot of time. And then the man now on the chase to get Goodkan. And interestingly, he's running green speed plus iridescent blight tag. Iridescent blight tag makes it so that you have 20% more angle. Like you can look 20% more. Like makes it increases the angle you can look at, pretty much. Ooh, good firecracker, and this is a lot of time already for Team PMS because Dan cannot maneuver around the main building really well, and this is gonna be the next hit tank. Maybe a crouch coming in from Xeezy. No, okay, not trying to even. And Dan realizes he has to break this pallet. Not even trying to like maybe make a small. Punish them for like a really small error they could make. And then not using his rushes really well here. He's not trying to like zone or... I mean, now he figured out where he is, so this is gonna be fine. And there is something to rush on. Ooh, and Slow Volt gets auto-aimed into the pallet break animation. And this is a really, really good performance from Team PMS so far. And slides off, unfortunately, that... I don't think Goodkan was expecting this. Ooh. And maybe they have realized that Dan is running the red add-on. Goodkan, and honestly, I don't blame them. It's just camping this jungle gym pallet. That's what you have to do against Blight, pretty much. Ooh, swung a little early on the M1, and they're playing this really well. Dan cannot do anything, and we're looking at like a 2-minute plus time now. Xeezy and Goodkan are really well prepared for this. Outstanding plays, good coordination. You guys need to keep in mind, this is like hard to coordinate and not easy to do at all. And now Goodkan, ooh, and Dan fucking up a little bit. And only 3 rushes really bite him in the ass, and I think Goodkan by now realizes, okay, he has the iridescent blight tag, he only has 3 rushes, I cannot play this, and cams the vault. Really, really well played. If they want to use, I think we see, yeah, we see Sogard, so, ooh, camping the pallet here. No uses from from Soul Guard yet, so it's quite difficult. And we see the down. 3 minutes and 2 seconds, guys. That is an amazing performance from the Survivor team. And I'm curious to see if Dan and whoever is going to play Spitz or Anna will take the set and get a better chase time than 3 minutes and 2 seconds. I'll see you guys in round number 2. Alright, guys, we're loading into round number 2 of set number 2. With a really tough win con for team 224. They have to get 3 minutes and 4 seconds in order to win this set. If they actually get 3 minutes and 4 seconds, we have to check the stream in order to make sure that this is all good. And it looks like Tritrick is already good to go, and Dan also looks like he's good to go, and they're not even looking around really for the RNG. They're just gonna be like, okay, whatever, we're gonna go see what's going on, do the classic strat, and then yeah, so let's see how this goes. And we're starting. Ooh, a little bit of a fuck up on the start there, but Trick doing a great job by breaking that pallet, and no one's been waiting to drop that pallet from the beginning. Quite interesting. And Dan knows that the killer is running the same add-ons. He has the iridescent blight tag where you have only 3 rushes. Your speed increases by 20%, and that's a first hit already in 30 seconds. Okay, sorry guys for being loud, but that is crazy. I did not expect that early of a hit. And all T-Trick has to do is go for a crazy hit! And that's a down at 41 seconds. We're keeping it close. That's what PMS is saying. This is the 1-1. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys in set number 3, which is going to be Dredge on Midwich. Hello, and welcome in, guys, to set number 3. After a thrilling first 2 sets, we are now in on the Dredge set on Midwich Elementary School, and Dan is not messing around. He's already good to go, seems like. Positioning themselves on one of the staircases, and we are already good to go. Dan not messing around. That's a plus 1 second because I started the timer later, but looks like we're good to go. And Dan running a different route this time, running 11. It looks like he's trying to get the tanks. Oh, that's the first hit already at 22 seconds. And that's a head-on coming in on the tank. T-Trick didn't really... I mean, if I was the killer, I'd be happy to trade an M1 for a head-on stun. That was definitely not worth it from Team 224. And Dan is now in big trouble. Running to 1 upstairs, now running 1 downstairs. And trying to get somewhere. Trying to reach the pallet on 11. Making that nice. T-Trick breaking that pallet right away, not messing around. Good alert perk choice there from Dan. Using that. And I don't know if these lockers are locked or not, because yeah, that looks weird, but it's fine. Because you cannot, of course. Ooh, and Killer tried to... No, they're not. Okay. Trying to cut off Dan, and that did not pay off for T-Trick. Dan buying so much more time just from that failed mind game from T-Trick. And then now trying to make another play happen where he can hold as much W as possible. But T-Trick is really on his toes. This is gonna be really close. Ooh, okay. Gives him the free parallel drop as well as the stun. And that is going back to the tank. Ooh, and it's gonna be really close, but... they're going to make that happen. Yeah, and that is 2 minutes already. After the first hit happened at 20 seconds. They're doing so well now. Oh, and Dan now zoned on one of the worst tiles in the game, trying to unzone himself. But failed to do so. Now has to gamble for the vault. Doesn't make it to the vault. And that's the down at 2 minutes and 28 seconds. That was a interesting performance. Mixed feelings. First hit was completely fucked up, but then after that they popped up a little bit, got a good, I'd say, mediocre time. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell who's going to take the set. All we have to do is watch round number 2 of set number 3, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, guys, welcome in to round number 2 of set number 3. The win con for Team PMS is 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Forgot to start the preparation timer there. In the top right you can see the timer running. That is for a preparation time of 75 seconds, where the survivors can look around, check the RNG a little bit. We see a pretty good combo here. Unbreakable, Tenacity, Head-On on Dredge as the tank. And Balance Landing, Windows, and Resilience on the Chase Survivor. Good Khan taking his time to check the RNG by a fair amount. We're probably making his way now to the starting point, at least that's what I hope. Otherwise this is gonna end up in a penalty, but all the teams and all the members are aware of most of the rules already, and it looks like they're good to go. Wants to start on the other side though, and walking here to get rid of Chase, and it looks like we are good to go. And we are starting. Locking the locker right now is completely fine. You are not allowed to lock it before the chase was initiated, but he did it after the chase was initiated, so that is all good. And trying to get rid of nice head-on stun here. Trying to get trying to avoid head-on there. I saw Dan going wide, trying to get rid of or trying to avoid the head-on stun from the tank, but it was not really avoidable. CZ now locking all the lockers pretty much for... Ooh, wow, they're really well prepared. When he grabbed him out of the locker, this is so much time for the chase survivor, and Dan now has to drop him and has to follow the scratch marks, and oh my god, this is gonna be really rough for Dan, and Goodkan is just holding the W key. You can still see him, and Dan really has to catch up, otherwise this is gonna be really bad. Still sees the scratch marks running up the stairs, leading up the stairs. And that was a big, huge play from the survivors team, but also a big mistake from Dan, giving him so much distance, trying to be a little greedy, but also like an insane play. Not much the killer can do, really. An insane play. And they're doing really, really well. Almost like, feels like bullying the killer. And Dan is just like, okay, I'm just gonna hold W and hope for the best that this is not gonna last for too long. I feel like CZ is gonna jump in the locker. Yeah, here, really, really, really well played from the tank. The tank is doing an absolute great job, allowing the chase survivor to just hold W for the most of the time. Here, vaulting to try and take a little shortcut, and yeah, it's not looking too great for Dan. Already met the win con. I mean, almost is going to make the almost on the win con, but I'm not gonna... Oh my god, missed as well. But it's not going to double tap the chase survivor, I think, so this is gonna be tough. Breaks this pallet now. Well played from Goodkan. And all Goodkan has to do is buy as much time as possible in order for the tank to be up. Gets the first M1 here. That was not avoidable. I feel like, but still has the God Pallet on 5 and still has the God Pallet on 7. So after this drop, he has to go upstairs and drop from 7 upstairs to 7 downstairs. Doesn't do it. Instead he goes 1 downstairs. Okay. 1 downstairs to do exactly what is the question. Trying to play some of the stronger fiddlers that exist on this map. Playing this pallet on 11. Trying to buy as much time as possible. Looping this the long way around. Really smart. Probably Xeezy giving him the callouts. And I don't think Goodkhan has to play this pallet. He can just hold W to the tank. And this is some really good coordination from the team. Really good comms. You can definitely tell these guys, they went into this well prepared. And they're doing a great job. And I don't know if this is going to be a hit. Yes, it is. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. That is an insane performance from the survivors. Barely anything for Dan that he could do there. But yeah, there were some small tweaks, of course, but who am I to judge, right? I'm not playing in the finals. Then again, a blast to watch. That is going to be the 2-1 lead now, taking from PMS, and we're moving on to Nurse on Groaning Storehouse version 1. Loading in to number 4. Round number 1. Okay. Then on the Nurse. This is a 1 blink Nurse with the add-on that after a successful hit blink attack, you are 4.6 without the blink for 60 seconds. So it's really crucial to you get the first hit on the chase survivor. The best case scenario is for the killer to get the hit without a blink attack, so you have the blink still after the first hit, so you can down them really fast. The worst case scenario, of course, would be, of course, if yeah, he hits the tank with a blink attack. And as we can see, they're still taking their time, taking a little bit of the RNG, cooking a little bit. I like that Team PMS is definitely like, probably they're like talking about the strategy right now, and I'm a big fan of it, a big fan of it. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Seems like they're good to go, taking their time, and we're good to go. Let's go. Jumping into the locker to counter the I'm all ears. Is that for real? This is the first time we're seeing this, that someone's actually taking their time to jump out and in of the locker to use up the I'm all ears. That is so smart and well played from the tank. Absolutely well played. And Dan trying to go for like a cheeky 1 blink here on the hill, zoning him. And if he gets the hit in the next 20 seconds, then that's also already looking grim. Yes, he does. And that's 30 seconds for the first hit. So that means at 1 minute 30, we will see Dan's blink coming back. Goodkhan trying his best. Here, he just has to abuse all the good pals that are available on the map to stretch out the chase as good as possible. Keep in mind, Xeezy, yes, he can drop pallets. Good fake out there from Dan to make them think pretty much that they don't know about, like he doesn't know about the rule. My god, sorry guys for the weird commentating, but yeah. This is really overwhelming to watch. I'm really amazed by the performance from PMS, especially because they're just, you know, doing so well. Now just using the other window, abusing it. And Dan is hoping that they're gonna make a little mistake by bloodlusting here to level 3. And they're probably just gonna meet up at the same location. And that was a small error from Goodkhan. And that's 1 minute 31. Okay. That is a pretty tough win con for to beat for the Nurse of the other team. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Tuning in to round number 4, set number 4, round number 2. Now Dan and Anna trying to beat the win con of 1 minute and 31 seconds that we've seen from the other team previously. And Tree trick on the Nurska. Really infamous and known in the community tree trick. And it looks like they're copying the strat. Fair enough. I've never seen Dan and Anna making them use up their I'm all ears like that, but seems like they're now aware that you can actually do that. And not blocking the nurse on the entrance of Shack. Interesting, because now Tutrick has full vision on Dan, and Dan did a great double back there, and this is the time where about Tree Trick has to get the hit in order to get anything. If he manages to get the hit without the blink, that would be absolutely crazy. But will he do it? It's really risky. He could do it. Oh, gets a little nervous on the swing, on the miss. Oh no. That is so unfortunate. Now has to go for a risky blink. Doesn't get it, unfortunately. And I almost think this is gonna be the win con met for team 224. It's really rough to come back from this. Really trying to harass the killer with a flashlight. You can see here why we allow only one blink on Nurse. Because if you would allow 2 blinks, it'd be just, you know, you could be spamming so many more blinks and the tank would be almost useless in that case. With 1 blink, it makes it more interesting and more consistent results. Now getting the first hit finally in at 1 minute and 28 seconds. Unfortunately, not having his blink now, so he just has to now cut the chase short. Ooh, swings there a little bit into nothing. Okay. All Tree Trick has to do is make sure he zones Dan well enough and not let him go to any god structure or make him, like, by any means, not make him go back to main building. That would be the worst thing that could ever happen. Letting him go back to main. Seeing now how Dan is pre-running, and he's not allowing that, which is really smart. All Tree Trick has to do is not let him go to main, so the windows cannot be abused. You cannot farm a free 1 minute. And yeah, now he's zoned on deep 6. And no matter how well Dan is going to play, he cannot get out of the situation alive if the killer is playing it right. The blink is almost back. Dan, of course, trying to now get out of this area. Trying his very best. But doesn't get it. Still a really good performance from the Survivor team. And just one mess up from the Nurse gives so much time. That is crazy. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Keeping it really close. We are at another tie. Now it's 2-2. And we're moving on to set number 5. Singularity on Wrecker's Yard. This is the first, and spoiler alert, the only time we will see a singularity set in this tournament. So, watch out for that. I'll see you guys there. Alright. Guys, welcome in to round number 5. I can't believe I'm saying that in this tournament, but this is, yeah, the first time we are seeing an official round 5. I'm not talking about a tiebreak, I'm talking about a round 5, and it cannot be any more intense than that. Tree Trick on the killer running knockout and infectious, no chase perk, and Anna getting one of the EMPs. You are allowed to pick up EMPs before the chase starts. As the chase person, you are not allowed to. So only the tank is allowed to. So that creates a little bit of, you know, of that, okay, we need to coordinate. When do we use the hit tank, the actual hit tank? When do we use the EMP? So yeah, this is gonna be quite difficult to play and very unique to play. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Dan ready to go. It looks like positioning himself on the doorframe of Shack. Anna right next to him, giving him the power to win this set. Hopefully, we'll see if that happens. Positioning the first camera, positioning the next camera. Ooh, not getting that, unfortunately. And that's the first infection. Dan getting rid of it right away, and Tree Trick catching on to that really fast and realizing, okay, I need to replace the camera. Now, though, kind of got lost a little bit on... kind of lost track a little bit of him. Gonna use a camera here to see if he can hold W... if he holds W. Punish him for holding W. Ah, doesn't get the camera there, unfortunately. Yeah, it can be a little clunky sometimes. Ooh, and this is the first pallet break. And can already use his power again. Ooh, got another EMP. Really well played from Anna. Being a really useful tank here. Nice. Good camera placement, though. That was insane camera placement. Really well played. And good teleport from Tree Trick. Getting rid of all the Shack pallets. Getting rid of all the God pallets, pretty much. And I think Anna has another... No, she doesn't. She doesn't have another EMP. I'm a little overwhelmed with all of this, of everything else happening, because there's so much happening on a singularity set. Let's see what Dan does. Ooh, drops his pallet, gets stuck a little bit, but probably a little bit surprised about the hit happening. And now it's really tough for Dan. He has to really watch out. He does not get 2-tap there. Ooh, gets a really close one. Swings in and barely doesn't make it. So unfortunate. Oh my god, this is gonna give so much more time. Let's see. Another 15 seconds just because of that super close play. Dan now making his way all the way to deep 3. Now has a TL to play. Does have an eye filler, a low budget eye filler on 4. See if Dan gets anywhere with this. Yes, he does. He actually makes it to the pallet at 2. That is crazy, but doesn't make it anywhere else. Oh my god, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Such an intense set, and I don't want to know how crazy the comms were from the Survivor team, and really good performance as well from the Killer. I'll see you guys in round number 2 of set number 5. Alright, loading into round number 2 of set number 5. Now the other way around. You guys know the ways already. Then on the singularity. That I see that is crazy. We see live resi and windows, everything you want, and unbreakable and tenacity. You can actually bring Soul Guard in this one, but they prefer to bring tenacity or Soul Guard over yeah, one of the other good options, you could say. They want to definitely bring tenacity over Soul Guard and unbreakable over Soul Guard, it seems like. Interesting choice. You need to be really, really well coordinated to get use out of Soul Guard. But yeah, it's really tough anyway. And it looks like they're still checking a little bit of their RNG. Gun trying to get as many EMP as possible. And they're really stretching out their time that they have every single time. But you gotta respect that, because they're cooking up what they can do. Okay, weird, but we start over again. Let's go. Alright, looks like we are having... Ooh, okay, missing that. Oh, and then having some difficulties to set up the right cameras. Oh, but gets the first camera through. Nice, well played there. That's for sure. Really well played. Gets the first teleport in. Breaks the pallet right away with the overclock mode, which is just super, super fast. And that's the Shack pallet dropped at 34 seconds. Moving into a jungle gym. Dropping that right away. Gets the bubble onto him right away. And just trying to get his overclock so he can break the pallet. But gave Exizi the middle of the map again. Just by doing that. Now on this pallet. Cannot drop it too early. And this is the first hit. Coming in at 1 minute. Because of a weird... I don't know why they did that. But they greeted really... For no really... Not for no real reason. Gets another pallet through. Breaks it with the overclock mode. Smartly played, zoning him away from the bus. And it keeps on staying on their... Okay, that is so much happening. 1 minute 28 seconds now on the pallet gem. Breaks this pallet. And Xeezy has to make it to another filler. Otherwise, he's gonna be downed. He does make it to another filler. Dan breaks this right away. 1 minute 40. And there's another filler that he has to win now. This is gonna be really, really close. And a weird spectator bug there. Ooh, well played. Making it to the double L wall. Hugging now the window side. Using the power. And Goodkan running away. Smart. Really well played by them. That is phenomenal teamwork. Pulling off such a great fight. Goodkan taking a hit on the pallet. Even though it was not necessary 100%. Breaking the pallet with the power. 2 minute 14 seconds. Has another filler available. Is he gonna play it? Is he gonna drop it right away? Yes, he does. And then barely missing the auto break with the power. Gets to another 4 lane. Oh my god. No. This is gonna be super, super close. Does he hit this? Yes, he does. And that is... I even have to check now because that was so close. But that is actually the win for PMS. And I'm amazed by both Survivor teams' performance. You can tell a little bit that PMS, they're like, the tank is playing so well on like the hit tanks when he's supposed to take a hit, when not. Of course, they have some small errors, but phenomenally played, insanely played. Okay, I'll see you guys in set number 6 on Baba Wretched Shop. Okay, guys, we are loading in to Baba set number 6 on Wretched Shop. Then on the Killer Running Bamboozle Superior Anatomy. And set 5 goes to PMS, by the way. They won with 2 minutes 34, while Dan and Anna, they got 2 minutes and 18 seconds, just to clarify that. So it's 3-2 for PMS, meaning if they get an insane performance here now and Dan and Anna don't catch up, then this can be a 4-2 win for PMS, or maybe Dan will catch up and they're going to the tiebreaker, which is going to be Trapper on KOTOR version 2. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit too much. Let's just see what is going on. We see Xeezy on the way to go, checking a little bit of his RNG still. And I hope Mr. Goodkan dropped his key. Yes, he did. Thank God he did. Otherwise, that'd be a penalty. Let's see how this goes. So we see a common strat on Red Shop sets. For example, Doctors on Red Shop or Hillbilly, even Hillbilly. People tend to run to main right away, try and get as much use out of that one hit tank they had and the life use on the main window. Actually using life to get back to Shaq. Did he get his Superior Anatomy up? No, he did not. So Dan is just holding W after the Chase Survivor. 32 seconds for free. Not for free, it was a hit tank, of course, but you know. And that's the first M1 coming in. No head-on setup on Shaq. Interesting. Xeezy holding the W. Bamboozling now the window. And Dan full Rambo on, trying to get rid of all the pallets. Xeezy playing this really well by going for the next pile. Edge map 6 does have another eye filler here on this side of the map, or this section of the map. Trying to go for a little bit of a cheeky one. Not sure if that's gonna play off. Yes, it does. Oh, and Dan really trying. Oh, and missed! Got auto into the window! Oh my god. From an almost down. Oh my. What is going on, guys? Okay, that. Whoa! What is going on in this set? Breaking the next pallet. And Xeezy just melting through the pallets like a real Baba 1v1, as we all know it. Not setting up any head-on, so this is really Not gonna be the best chase time if Dan just plays this really safe and well. And this is gonna be the first and one, I'm assuming. No, it's not. Just getting rid of the pallet. And all CZ has now is this little tile. Will Dan manage to... No! He does not manage to get him on the tile! Oh my god. And that... Missing the M1? There, that is crazy. Okay, now they're playing around the head-on. And fucked it up a little bit on the bus. But giving CZ enough time to make it back to like a safer side of the map, which is Shack. And he does have a TNL. It looks like a TL wall. Yeah, he does have a TL wall, but a big dead zone after the TNL. Sees that he has the edge pallet there. Ooh, and I think this is the down. Yeah, this is the down. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Solid performance from the Survivor team. And absolutely crazy stuff that happened. Holy shit. Okay. With that being said, I'll see you guys in an exciting round number 2 of set number 6. Holy. Okay. Welcome in, guys. Dan and Anna have to get 2 minutes and 46 seconds in order to secure the 6th set for them. In order to make this a tie. And I am really excited and thrilled, you could almost say, to see if Dan and Anna can pull this off. We can see similar perk builds, I think exactly same perks. Anna dropped the key already, which is good and fine and fair and all that. It looks like Dan is good to go. Hopefully gonna cook up on some pathing. Leaving the shack right away. And I'm sorry guys, opting to run the jungle gym, and I think this can be an infinite if... Oh yeah, that can be an infinite if he doesn't eat the head-on right away. Trick absolutely fell for that, and then now trying to get as much out of this setup as possible. He does have a really good setup here, so this definitely can be tough. Bamboozling the window now, and ooh, goes to the jungle gym. Really well played by him. And that is the first 40 seconds out. A single pallet dropped. And I think Anna has her head-on back almost. So if Dan decides to play really greedy here, which he does, they can set up another head-on. And Anna is back at the jungle gym. And this is an M1 I would take. It's fine. That is completely fine for... For me, it would be completely fine as a chase survivor. Then again, I don't know if the Bubba has... He has superior up, so Dan has to really watch out that he does not get mind gamed here. This is a really fast vault, and you have to be really careful with this one. Using the chainsaw now, and Dan has to count on Anna now, not missing the head-on. Nice, well played by Anna. Good patience, really good patience. Dan just hugging, keep hugging this. And this is almost an infinite. You have to keep in mind, this is almost an infinite. Yeah, getting the head-on stun again. And that is 1 minute 40. Out a single pallet dropped. Guys, do you guys realize? Not a single pallet has been dropped. If Dan plays this really well, just from like a 1v1 aspect, he can definitely beat this win con of 2 minutes and 45. And let's see if they can make it. We are hitting the 2 minute mark. Going around the bus. Really well played here, connecting the jungle gym window. Such a good setup with the other green car pallet. And Anna almost having her head on back. Just gonna pre-drop this pallet. Might as well. Why not? Yeah. Honestly. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Absolutely. Trick here in big danger because he is playing around the jungle gym. Ooh, and now they have to leave this side. Nice. Well played by them. Really close call, and I think Dan has to win one of the 50-50s of all time. Ooh, doesn't vault that. And Dan has to make it. Has to make it to this pallet, otherwise this is over for him. Oh wait, they met the win con. They just met the win con. I didn't even realize that myself. So close. It cannot be any closer. Let's see what they can do now. Trying to then of course trying to get to the jungle gym window. Ooh, but I don't know if he makes that. He doesn't make it. Oh, I mean he makes it, but the killer does not make it. Double vaults that because he thinks then trying to make it back to the green pallet, but they're using the head-on really well here. And that's another head-on stun on the jungle gym. Such a good setup, but really well used also by the survivor team. And Tree Trick really has to watch out that he does not get looped for another 2 minutes. Because in the end, if Trapper's gonna be a tie, this can cause big problems. Actually, no, it won't. But yeah, just ignore me saying weird stuff. Vaulting, not even vaulting that, just holds W. And the problem here is Anna can't really take a hit properly because you do have a chainsaw, so he has to wind up here and goes around. I don't think he makes this, so but still good. He gets the down on the tank and the pallet broken, so good value from him. And this is gonna be also really close. Once again, and he gets it. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Guys, this cannot be any closer. We are moving on to the tiebreaker where everything started on Trapper. The original idea came from just Trapper basic hit tanks, practicing hit tanks for the 4v1. And now in the season 2 2v1 grand finals, going into it in the tiebreaker in the 7th set. I cannot believe this. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys there. Okay, we are loading in to the final set. Yes, guys, it will. This is the final set of this final. Oh my god. We're seeing Tree Trick running Bamboozle and Forced Hesitation. Forced Hesitation used to be the best 2v1 perk in the... Dude, that perk was so good until they nerfed it. It used to be 32 meter radius or 24, I'm not 100% sure. So you have to down someone and in a 32 meter radius, you can slow down the chase survivor. But now it is only 16 meters. And missing the first hit on Anna, that's already really crucial. Giving Dan more than enough distance. Also giving good info about what perks the killer is running. For example, here you can tell that the killer is not running knockout, like from the survivor's perspective. You guys get what I'm saying. And then holding a great strike spot there for the window. And not messing around, trying to just play super safe and try and get a good, decent time. Playing here for a good chase time. Oh, what? Oh my god! The killer made a great read on the pathing from him. Oh my, That's the first hit at 54 seconds! Small error from the survivor players there. At the Trapper set. At the final set. The one set where you shouldn't be making any mistakes. These guys are also only made out of bones and blood, so I can't blame them. Now on the 4 lane. Playing the 4 lane now. Ooh, that's not gonna be a hit. That's never a hit. It's close, but it's never a hit. And Dan now trying to make his way away from the 4 lane, trying to reach main building. Keep in mind though, the Trapper has Forced Hesitation, and Dan and Anna, they don't know about it yet, I think, because it has never been procced yet. So, and I think Dan is just fucked. Yeah, Dan is just fucked here. And this is gonna be really hard for Team 224 to beat. 1 minute and 46 seconds. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in round number 2. Anything can happen. Alright guys, I am happy to Welcome everyone in to the final round of the final set. We are seeing Trapper on Cold Tower 2, Dan with Bamboozle, and what's up, Eric? Forced Hesitation. Good Can running Head-On and Tenacity, and we see the classic choice of bringing Balanced Landing. Quite curious to see what's going on. And yeah, this looks like it's gonna be another really full-on checked out RNG, taking their time to check out the RNG. And I don't know what Dan is doing, but he's like kind of like checking the RNG as well by looking around a lot. I'm not sure, this is hard to tell, and I need to check that in case they're gonna do a lower time than them. But if they get a big higher time, it doesn't really matter. Because I didn't really pay attention too much to that. But they went over 75 seconds, so that is going to be a penalty. And we're starting. Let's go with the first hit tank. And they don't know about it yet, but that looked like a 25% penalty because they were checking the RNG for too long. Okay, let's see. We see them running to the main building and Dan trying to make it. So I just got the confirmation that it's not a penalty, so that is a-okay. Xeezy hogging the main building, now running away from the main building for some reason. He could have used the main building window again, but instead decides to go to the pallet gym, dropping that really early, making sure he gets away from the killer, holding W as much as possible. Now playing the jungle gym. Interestingly, taking the similar approach to... Gets the head-ons done here. Really unfortunate for the killer player. And we're already at 1 minute 9 seconds. So this is looking really tough for the survivor, for the killer. We're at 1 minute 20 seconds. And this is gonna be the next hit tank coming in, giving Xeezy a big ass slowdown. Making it with balanced landing, though I think he can definitely outrun this park. Using the balanced landing now to make it to back to the jungle gym. Dropping that pallet. Dan breaks it right away. And goes through the jungle gym. And let's see what is going on here on this pallet. Trying to mind game it, but Xeezy clocked on. Now playing, trying to get the mind game through, but yeah, this is gonna be hopeless because the tank is a thing in this. Xeezy just playing around the fact that he has head-on. Yeah, well played on the head-on there. 2 minutes 16 seconds. Another head-on coming through. Pallet gym no broken. Pallet gym, jungle gym is broken. Jungle, yeah, on the top left of the map. And this is gonna be another vault coming through. Keep in mind, Force Hezi is up, so this hit tank is not gonna give them too much distance. Dan now using Bamboozle to catch up. Good strong use from the perk, but yeah, it's not gonna win him or get him back to it. 2 minutes. We are looking at 3 minutes for the first hit, like barely almost 3 minutes for the first hit. And that's another pallet break, getting rid of that pallet right away. And another hit tank coming through. Actually really well played by them. If Goodcan now gives good callouts, Xeezy can pre-run a lot of the main building by just holding W, going all the way around. He can actually make it all the way around again, getting rid of Bamboozle on the window, but decides to not play like that and goes a little bit more towards the shack side of the map. Probably has another God Filler right around that corner. Yeah, he does. See if he plays this greedy. Probably not going to play this greedy. Yeah. There's gonna be on that. And that's 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Alright, you guys. That was a crazy, crazy match, and it couldn't be any more intense. I want to congratulate Team PMS for winning this tournament. And congrats, of course, to Team 224 for getting spot number 2 after a hard grand final. It was a blast to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And I'll see you guys in future events, future tournaments. Hope I'll see you guys there, and have a wonderful evening, day, morning, whenever you're watching this. And bye-bye and take care.